Hello and welcome. Today is Valentine's Day 2022 and I am D&DJ Love, and tonight I will play the sexiest royalty-free music playlist that I found on the internet. And it'll just be me and you. So welcome. It's really loud already. Alright. Hold on. Alright. That's okay. Welcome. I'm D&DJ Love. And tonight for Valentine's Day 2022. You know what? No. Screw it. Which one? Yeah, you sounded pretty good, huh? Playing the sexiest royalty-free music that I can find on the internet. But, nope, it's getting louder. Oh, God. Alright. This is back to Cardioid? Alright, what a fantastic minute so far. But, hey, we're back into it. Welcome. If you have a significant other, then you can have this playing on in the background as I fiddle with electronic settings. And welcome, brave viewers, because if you are tuning in on Valentine's night, to a show that is notorious for one man playing with himself, then you might want a spicy night. But welcome to D&Mead like the drink Valentine's Night edition. This is going off to a great start. No, it's fine. Yeah, welcome. It's just me and you and this fabulous mood lighting. And I got some roses on in the background. In fact, these roses are from pixels.com. That's Pexels. And I hope that that's your only X tonight. And Victor needs to get better at this, but this wonderful background, which you see, free to use, photography of red rose plant, taken by Irina Iriser. So I'm gonna take a moment to reach out to Irina and thank her for this lovely background, for this lovely night. How do I do that? Free to download. Thanks on Twitter and Instagram. I will absolutely do that. I should take a screenshot of this so that you can see what's going on. How best to do that? So then maybe Irina can join. This is my wireless keyboard. So maybe Irina can join us as a special guest of honor here on D&Mead like the drink, Valentine's Day edition. Welcome. Okay, yes. I will take a screenshot. Alright, sensual D&DJ. Okay, ready? Yeah, that sounded good. Now, how do I send it to her? Welcome, viewer, to D&Mead like the drink, Valentine's Night edition. And speaking of which, as I figure out how to tonight, my beverage of choice, I'm cozying up with what I believe to be the most sensual alcoholic beverage there is. White Claw that my old roommate left in the fridge when he moved out this week. So, Get ready, baby. Ooh, did you feel that? Ooh. Yeah. And I'm not using a koozie, so I can cozy up to this mango-flavored hard seltzer, so cheers, my dears. And if you're 18 and older, 21 or older, that is the legal drinking age here in the United States of America, grab a glass of something good, with a little kick to it, and if you're 20 or younger, then you can just grab a glass of, water, milk, or chocolate milk. You know what? Strawberry milk for tonight, because red and stuff. All right, how do I reach out? How do I send that screenshot over to this other computer? Oh, you know what? Here, we'll do this. Ooh. As I figure out how to tweet, baby. Enjoy this song, which is, again, sexy royalty-free music. And this is called Escape in Your Mind by Daria Ural. As I go on Twitter to find Miss or Mrs. Irina Iriser, singer, photographer, musical project Iriser. Probably be good to be able to launch this, huh? Yeah, let's see if I can figure that out real quick. Browser. Oh boy. All right, never mind. No. Too much work. Remove. Turn that down a little bit so I can get back to my tweeting. Tweet. Iriser_K on Twitter. Thank you for your fabulous rose photo. I'm using it right now for a Valentine's night live stream on Twitch. I'm gonna put an exclamation point in there because I'm real excited about it. Boom. Thank you for your fabulous rose photo. I'm using it right now. Fabulous pixels. Let's tag pixels in it. Pixels with an E. I'm using it right now for a Valentine's night live stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv. Nope. Let's put a .tv /DnMeAdventures. I'm using it right now as my background. D&DJ Love is... This is D&DJ Love's first night. Spinning the discs. More like the CDs here for D's... something, I don't know. I'm using it right now as my background for Valentine's night live stream on Twitch. Thank you for it. That's okay. Thank you for your fabulous Pixels Rose photo. I'm using it right now as my background for Valentine's night live stream on Twitch. Excuse me. Oh, she might totally be Russian. Her pinned tweet. Oh, well, no. Okay, that might be. And it's fine. This one's a good one. I've listened to this soundtrack a little bit, this playlist, and this one always makes me kind of crack up a little bit because it's kind of goofy. Scuba. Scooby-Doo. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, interesting. Okay. So it won't let me. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I can't screenshot OBS when I'm in it. I mean, I can, but it doesn't have the. It won't let me see the thing on it. This is going very well. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. If you have a significant other, don't spend tonight with me. Well, or only consensually. Come on, Twitch. It's only. There's no way there's only. It's 4 minutes. Okay, here we go. So, I need to. There's a significant lag, so. Here. Okay, that's enough time for me to try and screenshot. It's like 20 to 30 seconds behind. So I'm watching myself. Alright, that's good. Ugh. This is just a lot of extra work. Okay. And then it would be better Twitch if y'all could see what I'm doing, but okay. There is nothing we can't do. There is nothing we can do. No heartbreaks and fears. This is the dream city, dream city. If this song isn't called Dream City, This City Never Hates by Isaac Montoro. So, no heartbreaks, baby. Ooh. Also, tonight, if you want to make a request. Oh, I already. Hold on. Oh, duh, I had to do it. Okay, you're very loud. If you would like to make a request for you or your significant other, as long as it's not a specific musical request, because I cannot do music. What am I doing? I can't do any songs you actually know. I can only do sexy, royalty-free music. Scoop-it-doop-bop-boop-bow-doo. How on earth can I make this happen? This is very difficult. Oh, maybe if I zoom out. This was not supposed to take 15 minutes already. How do I make this happen? Thank you, Maria Fernando 30, for following me 6 hours ago. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know what? D and DJ Love, I'm gonna light a candle for us. A little more mood lighting. This is vanilla bean, which is my favorite smell. So here we go. Scooty-bop-bow. Ooh. Out there for a second. Because I've noticed with candles, sometimes it's there that it spits out. Oh, hello. Angel Arius. Welcome to D&Mead like a drink. Valentine's Night edition. Welcome. And that's an Owl 2019 Tracer. Don't know what it means, but I appreciate you. Hey, Angel is fine. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. Welcome. Thank you for spending some Valentine's night here as I play the sexiest royalty-free music. So I got a candle now, which you can't see in my mood lighting. That's fine. I know it's here. And y'all will just know it's here. Angel, my dad's name is Angel. Or Angel. What was I doing? I was trying to figure out how to have a screenshot of me with this background and then tag the artist on Twitter. Okay, we're almost there. Not Valentine's for me anymore. 12:17 a.m. Well, where the heck are you? Let's see. That will be 7. That's 5 years in the future. So you're super east of me here in the east coast of the United States. Is that... what time zone is that? And then we'll narrow it down. Time zones. Gonna test your knowledge of European cities. I'm from Belfast. Well, congratulations, because your movie Belfast is like up for a whole bunch of awards and stuff. So I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's real good. So thank you for joining me tonight, or to this morning for you. Isn't that fun? Thank you. Focus, Victor. This White Claw's already getting to my head. All right. I feel like I'm drinking Red Bull. It's kind of as fulfilling. All right. We're almost there, Angel. Okay. This is good enough. Okay. Now, to throw that up on... okay. Putting it on Twitter now. Only took me 20 minutes. My mom and my dad, who are celebrating their 35th anniversary tonight, are going to watch this tomorrow, and it will not be an enjoyable 20 minutes. I am sorry. but and then let's take this and then copy it for Instagram. Okay, we're doing it. Okay, I sent it. That is a very good question, Angel. So this background is from a website for free use photography called Pixels. Well, hello, Plaidbeard. Welcome. This fabulous Valentine's night. So this background is from Pixels, PEXELS.com. Yes, Pixels. So I am right now trying to tweet and Instagram message the photographer because I want to get better at doing that. So I tweeted them, and then I should go to Instagram. Well, can I do this instead? Instagram. Here we go. Welcome, Plaidbeard. Pexels. And then I'll get back to my shtick. But I wanted to try and do this. Oh, okay. So I have to switch my user from my normal Instagram to D&Me's Instagram. Just make it easier. Okay, good. Okay, Plaidbeard says, this is a way better idea than my brother had earlier. He thinks we should call my parents without their knowledge for our next stream. Interesting. As just like a, hey, parents? Or, like, are you trying to get something out of them? Okay, here we go. I am now on Instagram. I'm going to select a picture, which is the picture that I took. Oh, I should throw it up on Twitch. Trying to prove that our parents give terrible advice. Oh, very much like the podcast My Brother and Me, where they exclusively give terrible advice. So this is the picture that I put on Twitter and Instagram, that I'm putting on Instagram now, and tagging the photographer in it. And then they will watch the playback of this stream and go, well, that was 23 minutes. What is this song? And while I am also DJing sexy royalty-free music. So this is Extension Love. Okay, that's a lot of very okay. It's, yes, sexy, but we're going to a song now called How Long? Oh, boy. Well, I'm trying here, folks. Okay. Oh. You don't want to see that. Plaidbeard says, what if this photographer turns out to be the love of your life? Well, what an appropriate night. Ooh, baby. Okay, I swear I'm almost done. Did it not? I just want to scroll down. And then I'll talk about how D&Me is going. Is it like a draft? Why did it not publish? Oi. Okay. I bet Angel from Belfast bounced because this is not good Twitch content. I'm learning. Okay. Did it not send? I should stop. Nah, not quite. Oh boy, Angel, thanks for staying on. Okay. I will do this tomorrow because this was... No, I need to finish. Okay. What's happening? Okay. 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 So, at this, this is How Long by Maya Olson, and I am D&DJ Love, who is spinning the discs. There's no discs. Tonight here, Valentine's 2022. Okay. Why did that tweet not send? Okay, I'm like 2 more minutes from giving it. And then I'll get back. I flowed too close to the sun. Oh, and I could have done it all on this laptop. Oh, no. It looked like it did send, but it's not showing up on my feed for some reason. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Great. We're almost there. Copy. The sweet dulcet tones of Maya Olson. How long? Great. Sharing. Thank Christ. All right, that was 27 minutes. Gah. Okay, thank you. So, welcome back. That was... Hello. Welcome to D&Mead Like the Drink. This is Valentine's Night edition. And as I play around with myself, entertain me. Wow, alright, Angel. Well, here, since you were my first chat tonight and my first viewer, I got you some chocolates from Dollar Tree. So, I have a candle here, playing sexy royalty-free music. So you can request a song, and I will not be able to play it. I can hum it, though, maybe. And since I'm eating some of the chocolates I got from my wife already. Ooh, Angel. Look at this delicious assortment. I was going to try and figure out which one's which, but they're all on the bottom, and I can't. Well, stupid. There we go. Okay, so, well, now they're all upside down. Okay, let's see. Let's eat the heart-shaped one. The heart-shaped one is Coca Truffle. It's pretty good. Cheers, my dearest. So, what D&Mead Like the Drink normally is, besides just a wet and wild, sexy fun time, is for my show, D&Me, where it's a Dungeons and Dragons show where I play with myself. I talk about how the show has been going for the past month, because I try and do D&Mead on a Monday every month. And this month, there was just a lot of change. Phrasing. Oh, yeah, I know. We've done 26 episodes so far, and that's my opening joke, and it never gets old. So, I play with myself. I play D&D with myself, and then there's the little card. So, but this month has been a lot of change. Of just my personal life, and then having that bleed into the show. and just roommate situation. As I said earlier, my drink tonight is the White Claw that my old roommate left in the fridge when he moved out this week. So it's really adjusting to that. I have a new roommate moving in, and today's the last day where I was cleaning up the apartment and stuff for them. And this is Stop My Thinking by Durya Ural, who sang the first song. Nope, sang the third song. Angel says, my wife and I do a lot of things that are D&D adjacent, but never the real thing. It's a culture we would have been sucked into if the opportunity presented itself, but alas. Yeah, D&D is... I enjoy it a lot. Role-playing games. I've only been playing D&D like for the past 5 years, but if I learned it in high school, then my life would have changed. But now I have like a whole bunch of the books, and I have my own show that I'm trying, that I'm doing a lot of things for. So it's real cool, but it has been a lot of change. But I'm glad to be here, streaming now, because I do want to build my Twitch audience, and streaming once a week, doing a storytelling stream is kind of hard. So thanks for contributing to the chat, Angel. Plaidbeard, he probably bounced now, which is good. He's a good friend of mine, Matt Johnston. Just cleaning up my desktop now. Gidink, gidink, gidink. And then what else? Let's see. Like candle chocolates. But yeah, I wanted to talk about change. I'm a very... What? No! I deleted the... So, OBS does a weird thing where it responds only to something in its like source. So if I move a picture from my desktop to a folder, then it goes, well, that picture is gone. Where it was like, but it was on the folder, so. Alright, we're almost there. How long have you been married, Angel? Happy Valentine's Day again. Okay, there we go. Can I? 15 years! Holy cow. Congratulations. My parents, today is their anniversary, which is real clever on my dad's part. But they've been married for 35 years, which is incredible. There we go. I will not delete that. Angel from Belfast. Our anniversary is Halloween. Oh, all right, Angel. Did you then, like, your wedding, was it everyone wore their own costume? Because that is absolutely what I would do if I was married on Halloween. 100%. Remove. Okay, there we go. So, nah, it's not the day of Halloween, the day before. But we like to associate the two. I like it. And then after the first Halloween, then you could go as bride and... I actually don't know your gender, Angel. So, bride and then married significant other. Because, I don't want to assume. I'm going to finish that. Coca truffle. Old man. Well, I'm getting there. So, it's good to meet you, Angel. Thank you for, again, joining me. But, That's very good trouble. Let's see. This past month has been a lot of change, and my imagery, I'm a very image-driven person, is as if I'm on stage, which is the theater background that I had earlier. And I'm doing a scene because I was raised as a stage actor. I'm doing a scene, and then stagehands are randomly picking up a piece of furniture that I'm either working on or just randomly in the set dressing and then moving it without me knowing where it's going or anywhere in the monologue or scene that I'm performing. Just kind of moving it, and I have to adjust, and I don't really know what's going on, so like very improv heavy, and it's chaotic and confusing, and that's what my month has pretty much been like. It's affected like D&Me. Unfortunately, this past episode 26 was not the best because I was assembling this green screen, and I was a little too high off of the rubber cement, so I know not to do that. But there's just so many things with D&Me that I can do, and it's a lot. So I am taking this time, especially Valentine's Day 2022, to remember to love myself and love what I'm doing, because if I don't, then no one else will. That's not like, I'm sad and alone. But I just need to remember why I'm doing this. And I'm playing this for me. So none of that is anything good. But let's see. I did want to. Well, let's eat another chocolate. How about that? Angel, a rectangle one or a circle one? I have two of each now. We ate, god damn it. We ate the coca truffle. V-Day is the worst. It puts pressure on couples to be consumers and makes single people feel bad. Can't really stand it myself. Don't mean to be a buzzkill. XD circle. Well, I didn't want to go there, but thank you very much. Going into this, I was like, Victor, don't be the sad, lonely person. So I feel that very much. But I wanted to remind myself that if I watch this in like a year's time, things might change. And I want, me being honest and having that as the Twitch stuff, but also what message am I conveying? So I do want to, thank you, Angel, for contributing. I want to say that, Victor, you do love love. And you're not a hopeless romantic, you're a hopeful romantic. So I do really, I have a lot of love to give. And this song is very jazzy and squeaky. This is Where I Want You to Be by Maya Olsen. We are skipping it, because I am DJing the sexiest royalty-free music. I do love love. And all of its ups. And I'm a good man with a good heart. That was one of my mantras for last year. Last year's New Year's resolution was mantra more. So I woke up every day and I said that, and another page of mantras out loud. I am a good man with a good heart. So love is excellent. Dating's hard, but I am practicing self-love, which sounds really bad for a Valentine's Day Twitch live stream. Again, of one man playing with himself. But anyway, welcome to D&DJ Love, where I'm spinning the discs. It's Valentine's Night Special Edition. grab yourself a glass of something good here on D&Mead like the drink. I'm drinking White Claw seltzer. I have like notes and stuff for every stream, and so for this one, I eventually want to, maybe after another couple of one of these, but 40 minutes already, hot dog. I want to try and make White Claw like a D&D item with magical properties and stuff, but I'm not very good at making magical items and stuff. But one of the things I am is on my list. Last year, February 14th, 2021, me and two of my players, we sat down and played a game that I wrote and DM'd. And it was where they played two completely new characters. I gave them the stats sheets for playing vampires. And what happens is that they find themselves in an elevator, and I'm gonna go through the Word document and hit the highlights, but they are two vampires in an elevator, and they're going up floor 65, 66, 67, 68, and then bing, a heart at the top, and then you hear a tinny version of "Love lifts us up where we belong" as the elevator music. And I have a note here, and that's one of 1,000 references. You ladies know me in references, so I will tell you right now, if you can guess the song titles before I tell you, or make a reference I didn't make yet, I'll tell you all of those at the end and give you a respective reward in the other game. So they open up to a lobby with tons of weapons hanging from the walls, and then they get called into an office, and they see this fat little baby, this cherub, sitting at a desk, and it's Cupid. And he is hiring these vampires because after thousands of years of shooting arrows at people, they wanted to try something else. So they're recruiting vampires to help with the love stuff. We're trying something a little different. You probably heard the old bardic tales. Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me. Well, it turns out sometimes the accuracy of ranged weapons leaves something to be desired. So this year, I got permission from the boss woman upstairs to try and make a more personal touch, a closer encounter, if you will. It's actually great because you two will give a whole new meaning to necking. So a couple things, and then he takes out a little red vial with this thick crimson liquid inside, and then he encourages them to swish it around their mouth, and it tastes like rosé. And then they need that, and then he gives them glasses, the pink rose tinted glasses. Everything looks a little better, and then Cupid can then see what the vampires can see. And then a little bee to put in your, the birds and the bees, so you can talk back with me here. And then they go back in the lobby, and then they pick a weapon. These people and creatures asked for our help tonight and paid handsomely for it. So pick the location, open the envelope, and spread the love. This is important. With that potion, when you bite them, whatever they see next or experience, eye wiggle, if you know what I mean, is what they'll fall madly in love with. So be careful. Just keep that in mind. And then there are 4 different locations. So a small shack, a hospital, a tavern, a big hole in the ground. And this is really fascinating because I didn't even think about this. What song is this? Hair Year Honor Diner Remix. Interesting. I'm just gonna turn it down just a little bit more. No, then you can't hear it. Angel, if you're still here to sprinkle in a little D&D, this is great. I never thought about playing D&D with chat before. Oh, that's fascinating. So, Angel, pick a small shack, a hospital, a tavern, a big hole in the ground. You are a vampire, hired by Cupid to spread the love. Big hole. Awesome. Great. This is great. Let's see. You see a red envelope with a couple heart stickers. It's the only stationery we got around here. So, this is great. I put my portable hole inside my bag of holding. I recognize portable hole as a reference, but I don't know if that's like one of the D&D like paradoxes or conundrums. Okay. Oh, okay. So these are all my notes. Cool. Angel says explosions happen. Massive one, apparently. Oh, I didn't know that. I know bad things happen if, like, you mess with a bag of holding too much. And then there's also a bag of devouring, which I want to play with. Oh, I was just messing. Oh, Angel. Well, I actually need to run to the restroom real quick because this White Claw went straight through me. So I'm going to grab another White Claw, and then I am going to throw up an intermission reel, which is my theatrical and voiceover reel. So if you'll excuse me, we'll get back to what happened in the big hole.
I mean, I hate to bring it up because you're upset and all, but why exactly are we going to cut up a bloodstained carpet? Is somebody...
I don't know why that reel cut off. Or maybe I just took too long.
I mean, I hate to bring it up...
Huh. Okay. Welcome back. I'm D&DJ Love, and this is a special D&Mead Like the Drink Valentine's Night edition, where I am curating some of the best and sexiest royalty-free music that I found online. And we're in the middle of last year for Valentine's Day 2021. I DM'd. I was the dungeon master for a group that found themselves as vampires, and they were hired by Cupid to make some things fall in love with some stuff. So Angel, my Belfastian chat user, chose a big hole in the ground. So my players then open up their little red envelope, and it says there's a little cartoon bullet, which is the Diggy monster that I adapted into the Piglet, which was in episode 25, 26? 25, which was Groundhog Day. So a little cartoon bullet burrowing bullet-looking motherfucker with a little hard head and a light on it, and it dug like a heart with lights hung up and a pickaxe, and it's real cute. It's like Dig Dug. So the card says, "Will you be mine?" And then the song, "How deep is your love?" And then "I can't help falling in love with you." So these are just song titles that I plugged into love songs that I sprinkled throughout the adventure. And then inside they found a Nothic, which is this thin little kind of a methed out Mike Wazowski. So it's just one big gray eye and like a thin little body, and so it's a Nothic, a small hunched over creature, big eye, and he says, "I like to watch." And his name was Chowder, because I pulled it out of my butt at the time. And down there in the big hole, then Chowder was surrounded by like treasure. So my players made him look into a mirror, and then they bit him, so he became in love with like his reflection or himself or an eye. It was kind of unclear, so they like skedaddled out of there. And as a vampire player character, then you have like spider climb, so you can just climb up it, or you have feather fall, or so one of the challenges was how to get down into the hole. And then another challenge was how to get out of it. And then I thought of like continuing on. This is only like a spoiler for the two people who will probably never watch this, but then if we met Chowder in the future like canon game that we were playing, then he would have found himself a beholder, because he wound up falling in love with eyes. So that's really cool. And then that's one of the 4 places. Angel, small shack, a hospital, or a tavern for the next location for this Valentine's Day D&D adventure. A small shack, a hospital, or a tavern? One White Claw down. And those... Oop. The Pop Top is orange, which is my favorite color, obviously. So I wanted to keep it. I drank some other beers recently that is like, these are the 2 different shades of orange that I have going on, which is great. Oh, well, actually, more like that. All right, so Angel's probably getting a drink or something. So, which is funny because my players chose a big hole in the ground as their first one also. So next, I will roll for it. How about that? So 1 small shack, 2 a hospital, 3 a tavern, 4 a small shack, 5 a hospital, 6 a tavern, 4. That is a small shack. So they went to find a. My players ended up having the small shack be their last journey, because then in between 2 of the other locations, then they had a ghost following them. And for the ghost, then you hear Cupid over the glasses and the bee in your ear going, just ignore it and it'll get the hint. It may throw a bit of a temper tantrum, but it'll go away eventually. And so it's this woman with elven features and a long flowing Victorian age dress billowing in unseen wind, fringe all the way up to the neck. And then after my players interacted with her for a bit, and the fact that she was staying, and he goes, huh, so most ghosts have like unfinished business, so you might have to do that. But the thing was, eventually them interacting with it, then like it's ghosting. So then they had this ghost following them, and then they went into this small shack where it was a envelope that said love lockdown, and inside, no, where's, oh, okay, there we go. You open up the envelope, and it's a cartoon beholder with big hearts for all of its eyes, and it says, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And then for this, inside this small shack is, you hear sounds of sobbing. And then you either go in, and they had him answer the door after persistent knocking, but this blind ogre comes out. And my players were like, oh, well, shit. How do we how do we do it? Because, like, we have to bite the neck, and then whatever he sees is what he falls in love with, which was the trick. It was the puzzle. So they were messing around, and then eventually Cupid had to remind them that it was either what they see or what they experience. So they had, which is very clever, and I didn't plan for it at all, they had the ghost come up and like interact with him, just like holding hands and stuff, and then they bit the blind ogre, and then like he fell in love with the ghost. So I was gonna have the blind ogre and the ghost come back later, but at the end of that adventure, love is blind. So then a hospital or a tavern, let's do a hospital, and then after the second location, then Cupid would call in, bring, 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 bring. Hey, how you doing? We're doing fine, thanks. Okay. I just wanted to call and say I love you. And then he hangs up. But at the hospital, this one's a little, well, these next two are kind of a little bit sketchy, or just takes things to a weird next level, because then you go inside a hospital, and it's like this weird, creepy. Okay. So you open up the red envelope, and it's a female dwarf laid out on a sleeping bag in a forest next to a campfire, touching an empty sleeping bag in front of her. And then the text says, "Can you restore all my spell slots and hit points? Because I'd love to spend a long rest with you." I should draw these out. That'd be a good D&R artistry, which I'm starting tomorrow. So that might be really fun, actually. Yeah, I might do that, because that'll be fun. But in this creepy hospital, then, which is great, because I also found, okay, those songs were kind of weird. So an hour of sexy royalty-free music. Then I can turn this back to, oh. Was it this way the whole time? Interesting. I'll never know. So, you go inside this hospital, and then you see, laid out on a hospital bed, this red tiefling who's frail, red-skinned, weak, but you see, like, really, really thin. But you see the chest cavity just huge. And, like, you can see the heart beating, like, through the skin and making the chest rise and fall. And it was kind of creepy. And then they walk in, and he goes, "Oh, nurse is kinky." And then because it's a tiefling, he goes, "I'm horny." But this one, the theme was "Your love is my drug," or "Addicted to love." You give love a bad name, and then finally, my players solved it by vampires have this ability where you can summon the swarms of either bats or rats. So they summoned a swarm of rats, and then made him fall in love with the rats, which was very clever. But I was like, ooh, fadoofa. But the end title of that scene is "Love Hurts." So addicted to love, because he was like, oh, yeah, give me more love. And then the final one was the tavern, where they went inside, and then it is the red envelope. You open it up, and it's a drow, a dark elf bard with a lute, and the musical notes and musical sheets drifting off a loop to form a heart in the air. And it says, "Your bardic inspiration to my heart." And then they go inside the tavern, and then they see on stage Baron Bubba, the bugbear bard, who was the antagonist who died in the very first episode that they ever played. So it's interesting that we had like this time jump back to see Baron Bubba, playing songs and experience how much of a scumbag he is. Where in the campaign proper, then they were figuring out, like, from people's stories afterwards, of how notorious he was. So that's really interesting. And then Baron Bubba, like, brought him to the edge of the stage, and either you make the prettiest girl in here fall in love with me, or, you know what, I'm feeling generous tonight. You can battle me in a little bardic battle of wits. So it felt kind of rapey, but it was interesting how they maneuvered around that. They made him fall in love with a random orc woman in the audience. But the end title card was "I love rock and roll." So that's all good. And then my romantic situation last year was pretty much the same as it is now. Because at the end of all of this, after they're like, "Oh, Victor, that was a really fun way to spend the evening. Thank you." And I'm like, "You're welcome." And then I said, the title of this adventure is "Love Sucks." So, just a little cynical. But D&D, and it's all clever because vampires and stuff. Now it's, I was going to say slightly better, but not really. But, no. Victor, I love love. So, I'm going to remind myself of that. But I'm going to eat some more chocolate. So we're going to roll for it, because I think Angel has called it a morning. So thank you, Angel, for joining us. And thank you, Angel, for joining me tomorrow morning, maybe. But, okay. So, you know what? I'll use one of my other dice that I never really use. Yeah, let's do this, baby. So, if it's even, then I will eat a square one. If it's odd, I will eat a round circle one. 15 odd, so one of the circle ones. So, if it's even, then it's left, and then it's odd, then it'll be right. Odd, the right one. So, the right one is the lighter, so it's caramel. That's very good. It's pretty good. So welcome to D&Me Like the Drink, Valentine's Day edition. I hope you love as well and are enjoying tonight with either a loved one or are taking time for yourself and relaxing and recharging, which is very, very, very important. Thank you for everyone who has swung around and hung out a little bit. I appreciate it. If you don't have one, then I will happily be your Valentine's. Is it Valentine or Valentine's? I think I will be your Valentine, but is it Valentine's Day as in multiple? Or Valentine? There's like construction outside? It's only 8:05 p.m. What are you doing? Valentine's Day. So it's only one. Valentine. Saint Valentine, who did the thing with the snakes or something. Which apparently the snakes aren't snakes, but are allegorical for like pagans or something. I don't quite remember, but hey, let's just... I mean, very Hallmark. But let's remember love instead of... It's weird that a holiday of love was originated by something not as lovely. All right, a couple more things. How do I do this? Ugh. Okay, first, my green screen that you do not see behind me. I spent today cutting out 2-inch strips and then overlapping where it wasn't the best. Last episode, there was a giant line. Oh boy, that White Claw's making me burpy. There was a line right here, but I've since painted over it so you can't see it. So that's good. And then I did it out in the living room, not my smaller room by comparison, and I opened up... Oh my god, come on, White Claw. I opened up my big old slidey door to my balcony, so it was well ventilated, and I didn't get high and then completely dizzy. So thank goodness for that. So it's actually coming along quite nicely. You can't tell. Well, you know what? Let's turn off the Mac filters. Green screen, turn it off. Whoa. Yeah, it's big. It's 6 by 8 feet. So that is the green line paint. But I cut the 2-inch strips to cover up like those things. Nope. These things. God. That. And then I eat some more of this caramel. Excuse me. If anyone's joining us, this is D&Mead Like the Drink. It's a Valentine's Day edition where a Monday every month when I grab a glass of something good and just hang out and chat for a bit. Chat about how D&Me is going, how my life in relation to D&Me is going. And normally it dissolves into just fun tipsy tangents. So what I want to find out now, why is my laptop just dying? I don't know. I don't know if like I need a better CPU or something. CPU 285. Because I don't really know about these, so we're gonna learn about them. For Valentine's Day, we have the succubuses and incubuses. So we're gonna see what these lust fiends, what they do. Succubus and incubus. Succubus I know is the female one. medium fiend shapeshifter. Oh, okay. Succubi and incubi inhabit all the lower planes. I need to learn what the difference between like demon and devil are and stuff. And the lascivious dark-winged fiends can be found in service to devils, demons. So I need to learn about both of them. Night hags, rashakas, rashaka, and Yogoloths. Asmodeus, ruler of the nine hells, uses these fiends to tempt mortals to perform evil acts. The demon lord, man, these names. Grast keeps succubi and incubi as advisors and consorts. Though legend speaks of them separately, any succubus can become an incubus and vice versa. Oh, I didn't know that. Most of these fiends do have a preference for one or the other. Mortals only rarely see a succubus or incubus in its true form, however, for the fiend typically begins its corruption in veiled, insidious ways. Beautiful corruptors. A succubus or incubus, this is very cynical to be reading on Valentine's Day. But a succubus or incubus first appears in ethereal form, passing through walls like a ghost to lurk next to a mortal's bedside and whisper forbidden pleasures. Sleeping victims are tempted to give in to their darkest desires, indulge in taboos, and feed forbidden appetites. Oh. As the fiend fills the victim's dreams with debauched images, the victim becomes more susceptible to temptation in everyday life. Inevitably, the fiend enters the mortal realm in tempting form to directly influence a creature's actions, appearing in the guise of a humanoid who has previously appeared only in the victim's dreams. The succubus or incubus seduces or befriends its victim, indulging all its desires so that it performs evil acts of its own free will. A mortal bequeaths its soul, Rakshasa. There we go. A mortal bequeaths its soul to the fiend, not by formal pledge or contract. Instead, when a succubus or incubus has corrupted a creature completely, some say by causing the victim to commit the 3 betrayals of thought, word, and deed. Interesting. The victim's soul belongs to the fiend. The more virtuous the fiend's prey, the longer the corruption takes, but the more rewarding the downfall. After successfully corrupting a victim, the succubus or incubus kills it, and the tainted soul descends into the lower planes. The succubus or incubus resorts to charming a victim magically only when necessary, usually as a form of self-defense. A charmed creature isn't responsible for its actions, so forcing it to behave against its will won't bring the fiend closer to the ultimate prize, the victim's soul. Deadly kiss. The kiss of a succubus or incubus is an echo of the emptiness that is the fiend's longing for a corrupted soul. Likewise, the recipient of the fiend's kiss gains no satisfaction from it, experiencing only pain in the profound emptiness that the fiend imparts. The kiss is nothing short of an attack, usually delivered as a final farewell before the fiend escapes. Fiendish offspring. Succubi and incubi can reproduce with one another to spawn more of their own kind. Less commonly, a succubus or incubus reproduces with a humanoid. From this unholy union, a cambion child is conceived. Invariably, the fiendish offspring is as wicked as its fiendish parent. What's a cambion? Is that in here? Cambion. Yeah, it is. All right, what is a cambion? Page 36. Oh, whoa, that's badass. Cambion. They crawl from their mortals' wombs to spread corruption through the multiverse. What's not to love, says Baba Yaga. A cambion is the offspring of a fiend, usually a succubus or incubus, and a humanoid, usually a human. Usually a human. What is a cambion with like a tiefling then? Interesting. A cambion. Cambions inherit aspects of both parents, but their horns, leathery wings, and sinewy tails are hallmarks of their otherworldly parentage. Born to be bad! Cambion grows into ruthless adults whose wickedness and perversion horrifies even the most devoted mortal parent. Even as a youth, a cambion identifies its rightful place as an overlord of mortals. It might orchestrate uprisings in towns and cities, gathering gangs of humanoids and lesser devils to serve it. Whoa, this thing's fucking bad. Cambion, medium fiend, any evil alignment. Pawns of the mighty. A cambion forced to serve its fiendish parent does so out of admiration and dread, but also with the expectation that it will one day rise to a place of prominence. Cambions... Cambions. Oh boy, there's a bunch of ways to pronounce that. Cambion. Raised in the Nine Hells, serve as soldiers, envoys, and personal attendants to greater devils. In the Abyss, a cambion carries only as much authority as it can muster through sheer strength and force of will. Spawn of Gratzt. The demon lord Gratzt is fond of procreating with humanoids who have made pacts with fiends, and he has sired many cambions who help him sow chaos across the multiverse. These cambions are categorized by charcoal black skin, cloven hooves, six-fingered hands, and unearthly beauty. Fascinating. Okay, so when I read a monster manual entry, I like to annotate it. So future Victor, remember succubus and incubus, and then cambion, so that I don't underline stuff here. Okay, well then, what's a demon and a devil? Demi-lich, demons, or devil. Demons, spawed in the infinite layers of the abyss. Demons are the embodiment of chaos and evil, engines of destruction, barely contained in monstrous form, possessing no compassion, empathy, or mercy. They exist only to destroy. So there's many pages on what a demon is. Let's just skip to what a devil is. What's its intro paragraph? Some of these are fucking nasty. Devils. Devils personify tyranny with a totalitarian society dedicated to the dominion of mortal life. The shadow of the Nine Hells of Bator extends far across the multiverse, and Asmodeus, the Dark Lord of Nessus, strives to subjugate the cosmos to satisfy his thirst for power. To do so, he must continually expand his infernal armies, sending his servants to the mortal realm to corrupt the souls from which new demons are spawned. So is it just the difference between Nine Hells and something else? I don't know. I do not know. I'm born to be bad. All right. Ugh. Oh boy. Okay. White Claws. Yeah. Pineapple. Spiked sparkling water with a hint of pineapple. 5% alcohol. Gluten-free. What's gluten? Is gluten bread? 2 grams of carbs, 100 calories, made pure. Why does that has an asterisk? Gluten-free. Okay. Crafted using our unique brew pure process. Okay, that has an asterisk on it too. Made pure. I don't like an asterisk. I don't like an asterisk on my alcohol. Process in only the finest flavors to deliver a surge of pure refreshment and a hard seltzer like no other. White Claw hard seltzer. So White Claw. Ooh, gross. when I was flipping through the monster manual, there was a thing called... I should cut that so that I could just have the index right there. Contents. I could maybe do that right now. No, my scissors are... There is a... Well, shit. Shit. Which one's the... There's... Aha! This might help my wet claw situation. So there's a crawling claw, which is very much monkey paw ordeal. Very thing from Addams Family. Crawling claw are the severed hands of murderers animated by dark magic so that they can go on killing. That's a Harry Potter thing, huh? In the dark arts shop in Chamber Secrets. Wizards and warlocks of a dark bent use crawling claws as extra hands in their labors. Tiny undead, neutral evil. Turn immunity. The claw is immune to effects that turn undead. Interesting. So maybe a white claw is like an ice version of that. That's very good. That's very good. Evangelisa Levane, a necromancer, says, makes you wonder what can be done with all those other murderer parts, doesn't it? The fun thing about Monster Manual is they have like little annotations from different characters. So that's fun. Crawling claw, white claw. Also, I was thinking of like for white claw, if it's just like a talon, like a big white, very much the Jurassic Park claw that he has, like the talon where he assaults that poor child, that teenage, like that preteen. I can't tell if they are male or female, that preteen. I know it's not the point, but that's always been... Speaking of which, they have a new Jurassic World out, or Jurassic World Domination, which production has paused on it because it was one of the movies that tried to get back the quickest during COVID. So I know the production like stood still for a long time. And after watching Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I am not interested in watching it. Jurassic World was pretty okay. Chris Pratt is just losing its flavor for me, man. Hot take on this empty stream. Yeah. Two cool things. One, I looked up and I saw my 2019 and my 2021 vision board. So today I really started, maybe yesterday also, I started making my 2022 vision board. So it's always great to look through like Hollywood Reporters and cut out cool stuff. So that's always fun for me. And then, my other thing is that this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning when I woke up and then I couldn't go back to sleep because I had a bad dream. I have this shelf that I took from the living room and then I put it in my room and then I put all my D&D, like all the books in the shelf. And then from other corners of my room, then I had other D&D books. So like the official books with the red spine that say Dungeons & Dragons on them, the official publications. I have pretty much a full shelf of them. But also like for Christmas, my mom got me an R.A. Salvatore, the first book in the Drizzt series. And then Robert P. Wills, his 5 books are up there. I know he asked me to get rid of the first 2, but they're very meaningful because my sister got them for me for Christmas. So if he really, really wants me to get rid of them, I will. But they mean a lot to me. So, and then some other stuff like Lindsay and Adrian's journal, and then all my Magic the Gathering Dungeons and Dragons cards, and then all the nerds D&D this past year has collaborated with Nerds, the candy, which some D&D people on the internet took offense to that, but it's all in good fun. It's poking fun. And then my spider mimic, and then my other mimic, the one that Spencer and Brittany got me, my mimic treasure box. My 1980 or 1981 TSR, which is the original. So before Wizards of the Coast bought Dungeons and Dragons, then TSR was the first publication. So that's Gary Gygax and then the other gentleman who first made Dungeons and Dragons. It was TSR. And so I have a base set that I found at at Goodwill for $5. And it had the original dice in it and an original black crayon where you scribbled on the numbers for the dice because you couldn't see the numbers otherwise. And it's a pretty good condition for it being 40 years old. I'm almost 40 years old. And then I have a bunch of Critical Role stuff and some Kickstarter publications where I got the hardcover editions of some of the things. So I love Dungeons and Dragons, y'all. And then recently, actually, today I saw on Twitter that Dungeons and Dragons Wizards of the Coast was trending. And I was like, oh boy. Because I want to be an informed D&D player because of the content that I provide. This mood lighting. But Wizards of the Coast, the NFTs, which are the digital art where if you have a picture on the internet, then there's an original version of that, and that's what NFTs are. It was trending because of NFTs, and I was like, I don't really care. But it's interesting just how that's a business, and it'll keep growing as a business, and Dogcoin and all that stuff, and I don't really know about it, but hello and welcome. I need to use the restroom again. Gosh, I wonder if it was something. I'll just try my other reel. So this is my old theatrical reel. I'm going to do my commercial reel. So here we go.
Hello. I'm the sandwich aficionado. I used to rap in college. I rapped about bread. They'd call me Two Slice. And some other things. A bacchanalia beef lust. The sweet sarcasm of maple bacon. The Cobble Stone Kaiser roll dusted in corn, not mutton bone, as was the custom in the 16th century.
Victor, I'm gonna have you go first. I'm gonna go around the table. I want you to keep it simple and be clear and concise. Victor, would you like to get us started?
Absolutely. Nos autem fratris transfigurabe in RSA et AES
Whoa,
et
what?
secure
What?
anti
What is
informis.
that? You guys are brilliant, and I love what you bring to the table.
Times change. Now you can set a budget and receive alerts about your progress. Times change. Now you can go online to schedule an appointment. Sweet time.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock!
Blah, blah, blah. If you watch D&Me, then you know the rest. I have another commercial that I actually got footage for, but because of the terms of usage, then literally I cannot show it in public because only AutoZone has the rights to show it as an industrial bit. So they can show it, which is very interesting and more business stuff. So, okay, we're rounding on 8:30. I have 3 more pieces of chocolate to eat, and then after that, I'll call it a night. So, thank you for watching D&Me Like the Drink Valentine's Night edition. A lot has happened over the past month, so this is a good time to kind of... Well, here, hold on a second. So, January, I was all super excited and inspired because I was like, I want to make D&Me a business. And then just a lot of things happened that were out of my control. January, thankfully, had a lot of money-making stuff, so I have a lot of money in my savings, which is great. But February, like a lot of other things were not in my control. And so I wanted to edit an hour of the podcast every day here in February and then read an hour of my book. And then after literally the first kind of week, then stuff happened and I was just not motivated. I just was spending all my energy in surviving because I was doing too much, and then other things were just thrown in my life. So I'm still chugging along. I know this last D&Me episode 26, Sheen, or 27, was, in my personal opinion, one of the 3 least good ones. Because I was very tired and high off of Rubber Cement. So I do apologize for that. I know not all of them are going to be winners, but it was really discouraging for me. And I have not rewatched it yet. Normally I try and rewatch it on Thursday mornings, but I was completely wiped out and tired and kind of miserable and disappointed. And so I'm sorry about that. I know I don't have to apologize, but I do want to. I want to try and provide good content. So then also another thing I read on Twitter is called the Matt Mercer effect, which I was like, oh, what is this now? So the Matt Mercer effect, from what I gathered on Twitter, is that players go into a game and expect their dungeon master to be like producing incredible professional level content every game. Because Matt Mercer, for years and years and years now, for Critical Role, has been doing excellent work. But he has been doing it for also decades, which we do not see. He's also a kind soul, and this is literally his job, so he spends so much time writing and preparing and making minis and terrains. Like, I can hear the exhaustion in his voice for Critical Role, so the fact that it is now in effect, I saw a lot of people on Twitter defending him also. Like, okay, so it's the Matt Mercer effect, the Brendan Lee Mulligan, blah, 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 blah. No. Can we just say, like, that we appreciate him and all his work, and, like, the Matt Mercer effect is actually if you enjoy sitting around and playing a tabletop role-playing game. And I was like, that's lovely. That is the Matt Mercer effect. So that's what I gathered off of that, but I know I have not been comparing myself to Matt Mercer or any of the DMs that I love their work, but the only person responsible for this show is me, D&Me, and it's a lot for one person, which is exactly what I signed up for. So I'm feeling it, and it's like, we're nearing the end of the 7th month of D&Me. I mean, in a couple weeks. In 2 weeks. So it's just interesting on how either I grow it or I take my time, or all of the beautiful thoughts that I have in my head every other Monday of the month where I don't have an audience. Oop. And the visual is bad now. But also I'm trying a D&' artistry tomorrow, so that'll be fun. I am looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to my... Come on, computer. It says that the video's really bad right now, so I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about that. Like, why are you doing that, buddy? Like, do I get a gaming computer or something to handle this? Because both laptops, I don't know. I love. Thank you so much. If you've made it an hour and 34 minutes into this not great stream, then that means a lot to me. Thank you so much. any audience that I get is incredible. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, and then the universe and all that good stuff. The video is just absolute crap right now, so I'm sorry. And for the second stream in a row, I'm going to call it early. Thank you very much. Have a great Valentine's Day, and I will see y'all later.